All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. And Trump and his cabinet, his executive team are laying the groundwork to put the last few nails in the coffin, which not really, I wouldn't say it's a coffin, but it's a setup, okay, for a coffin on the digital payment systems. All right, now these executive orders are coming down, all right, and you see him doing weird things like investing in these crypto, blockchain crypto companies, all right, saying he's trying to corner the market in the crypto sector, which he's manipulating, which is illegal, by the way. You should not be able to make investments if you're the president. Anything, he can come out and have a press conference and say this and such is banned, and you know what would happen? A bunch of stocks would go down and a bunch of stocks would go up. All right, it's called market manipulation, okay? But you're not able to do when you're that high up and you have such a sway over the markets, okay? And it's a form of insider trading. But anyway, he's investing in these things anyway because you know they all getting paid off of what they do, man, you know. And so you got to ask yourself, okay, well, what are they setting this up for? Now, the men of the Great Millstone, we know where this is leading, where this is going, you know. But the sheep, they got to be fed, man. All right. The Euro or the European Commission, I should say, they've been ready for it, man. Their people are so low level. All right. Now, one thing about the Europeans, I will say, they will riot. Okay, they will get out in the streets and riot more so than you Americans will. But their way of life is so integrated, it's so under their nose that all of their sovereignty's already been written and given away. You know, like you might be in Germany or France or Italy or Switzerland. Those might be different country borders, but they don't look at you as different countries. Okay, they look at you kind of like the United States. All right, the European Union is looked at as like, you know, Alabama and Tennessee and, you know, different states, even though they're their own country with their own presidents. But that's how it operates. All right, and so they've been talking about one world coin over there, or was it world coin? I believe it was called a while ago. All right, and now you got the markets are basically cornered. The market is cornered. There's nothing they can do. You know, this recession is on the way. They got over 1 million homes ready to be foreclosed on right now that the government is actively paying the mortgages on. What do you think is going to happen when they stop paying those mortgages? Okay, the real estate market is gonna go belly up. All right, and all of you Keishas that took out those mortgages, all right, that with an adjustable rate on them. Esau's gonna get your ass, man. Okay, because you know he's the devil. He don't care. He'll raise the interest rate up from 5% to 10%. You know, overnight, and then your mortgage gets adjusted, and you're paying out the nose. Okay, over a home that was already overvalued to begin with, because all of the homes after 2020 got overvalued. All right. And so why is all of this context important? Because most people are asleep, okay? They think because they can still feed themselves, that they can technically still afford rent, all right, that the prices go up and they come down, but they're slow because they don't realize prices never come down in America, all right? Inflation is a target by the Fed. They actually say this openly. They target the Fed as for inflation, you know? So it's not gonna go back down. Okay, they might be talking about slowing down inflation, but it's not going to go backwards. Okay, and so get ready for a lot of economic pain and what the solution for that pain is going to be. All right, because there is no getting out of they're not paying back $35-40 trillion in debt. Okay, they're not going to be able to service the interest being $1 trillion. Just the interest alone is $1 trillion now. Okay, imagine having minimum payments on the credit cards. That's more than your rent, you know, from all of the minimum payments. And those are just the minimum payments. You're not even touching the principal, you know. So this thing is set up to fall economically, and there could be a catalyst for it that pushes us over to the technocracy, which we know is on the way, all right? Or at least the attempt of it is on the way. But the beginning of the technocracy will be the Charagma, all right? Now, he's not going to complete his technocracy, but that will be the beginning of it. And I believe, personally, I still believe it's going to be based on a cyber attack, all right? Where they're going to say none of your data is safe. We got to keep you safe. And the only way to do that, all right, is to put your digital online identity in you, okay? That's what they're going to do, you know? And along with that is going to go the financial system, all right? And all of you preppers that were talking shit, we're going to see if you have it in you to withstand this thing, all right? Because the cities at that point are going to be locked down, all right? These 15-minute cities, they're set up that way for a reason. And they're not just designed to make it convenient for 15 minutes. They're designed to keep people in, okay? They're going to be designed like you have a lot of cities. They're like unwalled villages, like the scriptures say, you know? But these 15-minute cities, they're going to be locked down, man, all right? And you Americans, you're 70% of you are obese or morbidly obese. You know, running is not an option for a lot of y'all, man. You're going to need a vehicle to basically get around. You know, that's the sad case of America. All right? So some places he's not going to have to literally have a wall up. He's just going to lock down certain interstates, certain highways. All right? And then you're going to have to go through him. And in that day, you're going to need the Lord. Okay? In that day, you're not going to see the men preaching on the highways and byways, because you think they're going to have a 15-minute city set up and they got all these draconian measures going around and they're going to still just let us preach? Hell no, man. You know? And like I said, we're going to preach until we can't anymore, but y'all got to read what's going on, man. Revelation 13, it says that no man can buy or sell save he that had the mark. How are they going to do that? They're setting it up right now. You know, everybody thinks Trump is this savior. That's Nero, man, coming back, who was a complete narcissist, and he was an insecure narcissist, man. That's basically what Nero was. Okay, he had a problem spending money. All right, and then when everything went south, he started burning down buildings and blamed it on the Christians, which were Israelites back then. Okay, so history repeats itself. Okay, and we believe DJ is that fierce king, man. He's talking big shit against his own allies. All right, he's talking about tariffing the whole world. Okay, he's talking about he's talking about annexing Greenland, Canada. All right, he's telling Europe you're lazy, you don't pay your fair share. All right, now I just read that China blocks the Panama deal. Okay, so get ready for the trade wars to turn up with China, because China has been controlling the Panama Canal through various companies and subsidiaries, and Trump tried to get BlackRock to get his consortium of companies to combat it, and they failed. So, you know, you could be seeing the military troops go down there in Panama pretty soon. We don't know, but we do know that tension is going one way, and it's up. Okay, and we can't tell you every play-by-play how it's going to go down, but we know the main parts. All right, and we're basically at that time, man. So stay watching, stay diligent, and put your prayers up and your curses up, man, on this place, because the Lord, whether people think we're crazy or not, the Lord hears our voice, and he hears our prayers, man. All right, and he's going to reward our efforts if we're sincere. So Lord will, the end of this kingdom is here, you know, this year. Lord's will. So with that, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom.